Hi guys, how's all doing? Hope you're all well, hope you're all blessed. Please join me tonight for a live on recovery and addiction. As I say folks, in the video tonight we will be talking about addiction and the process of recovery. As you can see on YouTube now, a lot of people claim to be active recovery or whatever. Blatant lies, bullshit, and let's go through the stages of explaining how to spot somebody that's not in recovery. Okay? As I say, there are a lot of people out there that deal with mental health and recovery on a daily basis. Then you've got people on YouTube who are blatantly taking the piss out of addiction and recovery. You can clearly see they're not in recovery and they're still on drugs. And it's sad, but it happens. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, how long is the bullshit going to be going for? And if you're low in recovery, don't pretend to be that you are. You know what I mean? Because people do get offended by that. Because at the end of the day, people like myself, I've been clean since 2009. And as I say, to watch this, you know what I mean, happening, and people make a mockery of the addiction and recovery system, takes the piss, you know what I mean? And they're playing it to kind of get views, money, and make themselves to be somebody they know, right? We all know this, we see it on a daily basis within the YouTube world. So let's tonight have a wee chat about addiction recovery and how you know when somebody is actually mentally stable and balanced in the brain. And they've got mad claims all over the YouTube now that this and that, this one's this and that. When they're no, they're just a blatant, simple person like me and you, but they think they've got a few views, they've got this, they've got that, they're untouchable. You know what I mean? And it's embarrassing, to be honest, it's embarrassing. I don't believe any of them are going to any recovery meetings, anything like that at all. Because some of fact does put it up. You know what I mean? Because when I go and see my drug worker or my psychiatrist, I make a video of me in this place. And you know what I'm talking about? But I don't see any other people doing any stuff like that. So, as I say, you know that addiction is a really hard thing to go through in life. You know what I mean? May it be drink, alcohol, drugs, whatever you've been addicted to, it's a long, hard process. And as I say, to see people using it just to be, instead of going to prison, and basically using YouTube as a way of escape and begging for money. You know what I mean? Because that's what it stands to like. You know what I mean? Just, oh, wait, no, I'm not going to go and to steal a shoplifter or that anymore. I'll kid on in recovery. I'll kid on clean. I'll go and buy myself fake clothes. I'll go and buy myself fake watches. I'll go and buy a fake fucking whatever. You know what I mean? And it's just it's getting beyond a joke now. You know what I mean? It's getting beyond a joke. Um, and I don't know where in the process of their brain thought to think this is actually happening. The people can see, you know what I mean, when people clapped in jaws and stuff like that, they're not in recovery. They're still using, you know, because you wouldn't be skinny. Might be muscly and big and muscly, but you wouldn't be skinny in the face, and right? Or you wouldn't be entertaining people, you know what I mean? If you're no that person anymore. You know what I'm talking about? So that's where you've got to look at it and go, right, well, who's telling the truth and who's who? You know what I mean? Because this has been going on for a long time now, and I think it's getting a bit boring, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's just crap, you know what I mean? It takes a piss, it takes a mockery out of the addiction and the recovery system, and people that's in the recovery, it's no fair on them, you know what I mean? Because they've got to watch this every day on YouTube, and you know what I mean? The statements are coming out with now, they've got to be in drugs, you know what I mean? They've got to be in the drugs. It's just no possible to be straight in the head and to think that you're this and to think that you're that. when you know you know, you know what I mean? So you're actually convincing yourself into being a person that you know. So the more you put that act up, then the more people are just going to look at you. You know what I mean? Maybe people think, oh yes, I'm getting views, this and that. But their views are not always to support you. Their subs are not always to support either. They're to take a piss at you and they're laughing at you. They're not laughing with you. They're not impressed by your behaviour. Because normal people wouldn't be acting like the way these people are. You know what I mean? I don't need to mention names, but as I say, you know what I mean? It's blowing the YouTube up just now, you know what I mean? And this channel is all about battling through addiction recovery, you know what I mean? And helping others, you know what I mean? And if you want to get into like the sport of boxing or whatever, then do, you know what I mean? But do whatever you can to get yourself away from active addiction, recovery, and sometimes we've got to cut off our best of pals, our family, to get away from that, you know what I mean? Or move away from the area, you know what I mean? It's just what you've got to do, you know what I mean? But tonight, we'll talk a wee bit more about the addiction and recovery side of it and what to expect and how to get the process going and how to seek help and stuff like that. So, as I say, folks, I look forward to tuning in tonight and having a wee blur with you. This isn't a pop at anybody in personal, it's just my thoughts, my opinion, and it's just it touches my heart, you know what I mean? Because some people do work a lot of effort and they go through a lot of pain and heartache to get to a place of mind and a peaceful place of mind that they can be in. You know what I mean? Then you've got people on all different platforms, not just YouTube, TikTok and all, and stuff like that. And they're all begging for money. You know what I mean? Claiming to be this and claiming to be that. When we know they're no. You know what I mean? It's just a bit of banter to others, but you always got to remember that bit of banter always plays in somebody else. You're always taking a piss at that other person's mental health. You know what I mean? So there's no banter really. You know what I mean? You're playing on a vulnerable person. You know what I mean? Or persons. You know what I'm talking about? Depending on who we're talking about here. And as I say, it's not a personal thing. So before you all start jumping off the bandwagon, start going no, it's just I've seen enough of it now, man. And as I say, you know what I mean? I just don't get it. I just didn't get it. Right? It's, if you notice, right, so the DH went off YouTube, right? A lot of other channels are getting bigger views and bigger subs. It's because they've not got bloody anybody else to watch. I can guarantee you, if DH and that came back on YouTube, your channels would be away. You know what I mean? That's the way it goes. And that's why I just like to keep myself into what I'm doing and away from that sector. Because it's just misery, heartache and pain. But at the same time, I don't like to see people take the piss out of recovery. You know what I mean? I mean, I've spent fucking years trying to get it. You know what I'm talking about? And now I've been clean since 2009, and I've got my medical notes. That's thick. Prove everything. And so I don't need to prove. And if you need to prove to anybody else that you're no doing what you're saying you're doing, then there's a problem. You know what I mean? There's a problem. Other people, I don't need to prove to anybody. I don't need to jump in the gym and start fucking punching bags and doing this and doing that just to prove to somebody that I'm doing this or I'm doing that. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's YouTube. That's what you're not a performing monkey. You know what I'm talking about? And that's what I've noticed that the people in their channels, they look at the comments, right? And they'll see a negative comment or they'll see a couple of negative comments and they'll go, oh shit. And I'll need to go and schedule them fucking punching a bag. I'll need to go and schedule them, I don't know, fucking go for a run down the street or go for a run up a hill or, you know what I mean? No, 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 no. That's no you, man. And you know what I'm talking, you know it's no you. You're only putting this act up. You know what I mean? You're only putting this act up. Now I see a lot of them, right? I'm going to the gym. I'm doing this and I'm doing that, right? There's no a muscle on. You ain't got a bit of fucking muscle on. And you know what I'm talking about? So how can you be doing all this exercise, all this running, all this weightlifting, all this training, but you still look the same as you looked 3 months ago? You know what I mean? So that's where I want to kind of talk about how to spot a bullshitter. And because at the end of the day, faces and reactions and actions speak for themselves. Okay? People that know they're telling the truth and stuff like that, they don't react in a bad way. They take it to chin and go, I no bother, not to prove to you. You know what I mean? The ones that react in a bad way are the ones that are lying. Because then they feel that they've got something to prove. You know what I mean? Where you've not got anything to prove. The only thing you've got to prove is to yourself that you can do it. You know what I mean? If you want to put it on social media, then that's up to you. Okay? I only put it on social media because I like to try and my experiences, the addiction, prison and stuff like that, for people to watch, listen and hear the horror stories, you know what I mean? And go, fuck that, I'm not wanting that. You know what I mean? I'm not wanting that life. Okay? We've all got stories, we've all been through hell, some worse than others and some not. But I've always said, and I always will stand by it, don't try and be somebody you're not. Okay? Right? Nobody likes a bullshitter or a storyteller. You know what I mean? Sometimes people can get muddled up, sometimes people can forget, or whatever. But when you start playing on it and continuing it and continuing it, and you can't back it up, then that's when people start going, well, no, you're just a fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? So, as I say, folks, be yourself. You know what I mean? Don't try and impress anybody for the camera, because the camera, the people that watch your channel would rather see you sitting with hardly any views, hardly any subscribes, as long as you're doing well. You know what I mean? The bigger channels, they're all for dramas. They're all for, you know what I mean? They're all trying to make money. You know what I mean? The smaller channels are just there, sitting in the background, waiting for the bigger channels to collapse because they know they will, and because they can't keep up their pretense anymore, because they can't handle the stress. You know what I mean? And that is the fact. You know what I mean? But I was just at the doctor today, and I've got my antibiotics, steroids, and stuff like that to help me with my chest infection. I've not been doing live, and as I say, a wee bit of bad news. But as I say, folks, be yourself. You know what I mean? Be yourself, and always stay true to yourself. Stay safe.